All right, well, it's been announced. The workout is here. It is 21:15:9, but make it double. We have a couplet of dumbbell snatches and burpees over dumbbell. My initial thoughts on this one: it is a great workout for shorter athletes. It is incredibly inclusive, which I love, and it's going to hurt. My name is Matt McNaughton. I am a level 2 CrossFit trainer. I finished in the top 4% of the Open last year. And my goal with these videos is to help you stress a little bit less about the Open and obviously to go in with a plan that's going to help you do the best you can. Let's start with the standards. I don't think this is talked about enough. When you're looking at this workout, how you're going to decide whether you do RX or scaled or foundations is strictly the weight of the dumbbell. In my opinion, it's not about necessarily finishing the workout. If you can do it RX, do it safely. Standards for those movements, specifically with the snatch first, make sure you get that elbow extended on every rep and you finish over the shoulder. Don't be lazy. Don't let that be out to the side. You might get away with it, but it's not the correct standard. Also, more importantly, do not let your outside hand touch your leg during a snatch. If you touch your leg, it is a no rep. And nothing worse than getting a no rep for something as minuscule as that. So hold that hand off the side the entire time just to protect yourself from that no rep. The last thing on those dumbbell snatches, make sure both heads of the dumbbell touch the ground every single time, because if you don't, you'll do a whole other rep and it won't actually count until you make both those heads touch the ground. For the burpees, it does not need to be a 2-foot jump, but you must jump. So both feet have to be in the air at the same time and it must be over the dumbbell. If you touch the dumbbell on a burpee, it's a no rep. So be mindful as you start to get fatigued to not let that little nick of the foot cost you an entire burpee. The last thing on standards that I'll note, the tie break is after each full round. So 21, 21, 21, 21, tie break time. 15, 15, 15, tie break time. So on your second set of burpees for each round, push a little harder because those tie break times can count for a number of spots on the leaderboard. For strategy, I want to break this into 3 buckets. We have top 10% athletes, former quarterfinals athletes, top 25% athletes. So this year, top 25 make quarterfinals, so that's important to note. And then the athletes, most of us, the Open is your games. I'm just trying to get my best score and do my best. Top 10%, pretty simple. It's got to hurt. You'll be doing unbroken muscle snatches probably, and you're going to push those burpees. Adler in the workout, after he completed, he said it was made more sense to push the burpees and move smooth on the snatches. So that will be my strategy going into this one. Top 25%, we're likely going to break these up. Definitely the 21, probably the 15, probably not the 9. If you can consistently muscle snatch, that's the way to do this one. If that's going to blow up the low back, go with a little dip and a power snatch. But break them up on your terms. If you can break it in half or somewhere around there, great. If it's got to be 3 sets, fine. It's better to plan for those 3 sets than take a break not at your choice just for having to take a break. Those rests tend to be longer. Smooth is going to be fast for the burpees. So getting that breath every time I go over that dumbbell is going to help me to keep moving smooth. And obviously, same with everybody, stay low on those burpees. Standing up is a waste of energy. Lastly, Open is your games. If you can snatch it, you can do it. If you can snatch a 50 or a 35, you should be doing RX, I think. If it's very heavy, do a power snatch. Do doubles, singles, triples, and just pick your way through. You've got 15 minutes to see how far you can get into this workout. Power snatches are going to be more efficient. You might not finish if you're pushing it for that heavier weight, and that's okay. It's a great way to test and see how far you can get in an RX version of the open. For everybody, tape your thumbs. I don't know how many times I've had a high volume of dumbbell snatches in a workout and end up with a bullet hole in the back of my thumb. We got to protect our hands during the open, so make sure we tape those thumbs up so that the dumbbell isn't rubbing every single time we do a snatch. It is 180 reps of each movement, so we need to make sure we have a plan and we can stick to it, and if you need to, have a contingency plan. But once you get through those 15s, there's no more plan. Just move, move, move. I want to add one more point actually about the burpees. You are able to step the burpees. If you're going to step the burpees, make sure those hips are nice and loose so you can step as far forward as possible. That will save that core if you think the core is going to be a limiting factor in this workout. Open as your game athletes, we are definitely stepping the burpees. Some of the top 25% athletes will also be stepping the burpees. Decide if that's the right move for you and stick to it until you think you can go to a faster double jump burpee. Fairly straightforward workout means a fairly straightforward warm-up. Two things that we need to think about. Short workout equals a long warm-up and a long cool down. We need to make sure we're sweaty going into this workout. We need to make sure we spike our heart rate before the workout so that our nervous system is primed for the workout. And also, we need to make sure there's no muscles that are tight enough to be impeding my movements. Think about that stepping burpee. If your hips are tight, that is going to impede that movement for all 180 reps. So we're going to loosen all that, our hips specifically, and our shoulders and our chests up in the warm-up. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a minute of arm circles. Big circles, small circles, just getting the shoulder capsule all warmed up. From there, I'm going to go into some PVC good mornings, just get some hinging going on, feel a little bit of a squeeze in the glutes every time I come back up. Then I have a minute of inchworms to get the shoulders warmed up, get the chest fired up. Minute of glute bridges. It's going to be a very glutey workout. And bootstrappers, again, to loosen up those hips. And then finally, finish off with a minute of groiners, alternating each side with a twist to open up and get some thoracic extension. Then I'm hopping on the bike. I do this every open. And it's okay to feel like dog shit on the bike. You're going to do a 6-minute EMOM. Minute 1, you're going to do a salt bike. Pretty good intensity, like 80-90%. On the other minutes, or on the odd minutes, we're going to do a salt bike. On the even minutes, we'll do a minute of pass-throughs on the first one, a minute of Kang squats on the second one, and a minute of up dog to down dog on the third one. I use this just to get all the nasties out. I do not let myself stop before the minute is up, just to prime myself to not listen to my body when it wants to stop. And also that's going to spike our heart rate and again, prime that nervous system. You'll be sweaty after this. You'll be sweaty, you'll be warm. Then we start playing. We're going to play with some burpees, starting with some stepping burpees, going into some jumping burpees if that's the route we're going to be going. And also getting a dumbbell in my hands, maybe starting with some dumbbell deadlifts and some dumbbell presses on both sides, and then finding that workout weight and doing some reps, the style that I will be doing for the workout. Again, top 10%, 100% muscle snatches, 25 probably muscle snatches. If this is heavy, power snatch from the get-go. That's going to help us to continue along because it will be a longer workout if we are going with that heavier dumbbell. Once we feel good or half decent with our snatches and we feel good or half decent with our burpees, we get to do a practice round. There's 2 ways you can do the practice round. You can go all out on the practice round of 6 snatches, 6 burpee over dumbbell, 6 snatches, 6 burpee over dumbbell, or you can try to see what pace is going to feel good going into the workout. Last thing to note, this is supposed to be fun. So have fun, push yourself hard, and please do a cool down. So many people in the open don't do a cool down. Spend some time, even if it's 5 minutes on an assault bike, just nice and easy. I promise it will help you feel so much better the next day. And then you can have your beer because you earned it. It's the best. Enjoy this workout. Send me a DM on here or on my Facebook or Instagram, More Wellness HQ, if you have any questions about how you should hit the open or looking for any advice or tips. I'm happy to give it for free. And I look forward to this open season.